Hello Leo, welcome to your reading. Hope you're all well. Thank you for tuning in. It's Sunday the 22nd of March 2026. I'm going to do you guys a no contact love tarot reading for all of you that are currently in no contact with your person. Please excuse my froggy throat, and please take what resonates and leave what does not. So Leo, your person that you are in no contact with, what are their current thoughts about you? What are they currently thinking about you? The person that you are in no contact with, what are their thoughts? What is their thinking about you? The Five of Pentacles in the upright, the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Six of Swords in the reverse. So, they're feeling rejected in some way, in a place of loss, lack, poverty, or without mindset. They're feeling that you have rejected them. They're thinking that you have rejected them. They feel that, or they think that you're not putting in effort, not putting in the effort, the investment, the time, the work that is required. But they are thinking of moving away, moving on, but they are resisting it. Or during this no contact, they're thinking of, well, just keeping it that way and completely moving on. But they're in two minds about that. They're resisting it completely, or they're resisting an ending completely walking away. They're thinking about it. But they're feeling very left out in the cold, as they say. That you're not putting in enough effort. And yeah, that's pretty straightforward. So, when it comes to their feelings for you, Leo, the person that you are in no contact with, what is your person feeling about you, for you, during this no contact, Leo? During this no contact, what is your person feeling about you? Well, still quite a bleak outlook. They're feeling that there's no growth here, that you're neglecting them. A very heavy energy of neglect, rejection, of lack of effort. They feel that you are just empty. You're not willing, you're not wanting to see any growth, any progress. You're not nurturing this. The Empress in reverse, the Sun in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They feel that you, well, lack of effort. There's some sort of delay here, or just lack of growth. They feel that you are resisting a change. You are delaying a change. Something about timing here. They're seeing or feeling that this is, you are, or the both of you are together, a missed opportunity. Bad luck, a bad spin of the wheel. They're lacking energy, perhaps, themselves. They're not feeling in a happy, great, positive place at all. Very much left out in the cold. Very much rejected. Very much in a negative, barren place. They feel that there are blockages or delays. things getting in the way, perhaps. Or you're getting in the way, or something's getting in the way. So why are they not reaching out? Why are you in no contact? The person that you are in no contact with, Leo, why are they not reaching out? Why are they not reaching out? There's the Wheel of Fortune again, in the upright this time. The Eight of Wands in the reverse, and Judgment in the reverse. See, there's something about time here. Perhaps they want to give this time. And there the Eight of Pentacles just came out of the deck sideways. I'll put that to one side. They're thinking, they're not completely, as much as they're in this cold sort of rejected place, they're not completely shutting this off. They're thinking, feeling perhaps, well, this ain't great at the moment, but might it change in time? Might there be growth in time? Might there be progress? Might this turn around? They're definitely not, they're not at the point, they're not reaching out because they don't want to at the moment. They're not wanting contact. They're not wanting communication, or they're not ready for it. There's some sort of spiritual awakening here, rebirth, renewal, healing that's not quite happening yet. Or someone is very resistant to change, very resistant to doing what needs to be done in order to perhaps turn this around. And that Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it came out sideways. They're thinking about effort, investment, time given, investment given to this. They're just thinking. I'll be surprised if the Hanged Man doesn't come out. What do they want to say that they're not saying to you, Leo, during this no contact? It seems they're hell-bent on not contacting, so they're obviously thinking about it. But what is it that they're not saying to you? They want to say, but they're not saying it. The person that you are in no contact with, Leo. What is it they want to say, but they are not saying it to you? Okay, hang on a minute. Take that one, and I'll take that one, and I'll take that one. The Star in the upright, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse again, and the Tower in reverse. Time, time, time. It is very unpredictable. A lot can happen in time. There's time in here. There's something about time, letting time pass, perhaps. Perhaps they're going back in time. Perhaps they're thinking about past history between you, or times that have gone by. But there's definitely a resistance to change here, and that Tower in reverse. There's some sort of change and transformation that needs to take place that someone is resisting, or they are resisting. Very, very resistant. Very stubborn, perhaps. But there's the Star in the upright. That is one of hope and healing, renewal. So perhaps they're hopeful that in time something might change, or this change that needs to happen might happen. Delaying the inevitable. They know that something's got to change, but they're not ready to change it just yet. Time is of the essence, I'm getting. timing. The right time. It's not the right time, but it might be the right time in the future. This is about moving forwards. Someone stuck in the past and resisting moving forward. So, potential possible outcome, advice and guidance. Potential possible outcome, advice and guidance for Leo and the person they are in no contact with. The Four of Wands in reverse, the Magician in the upright, and the Two of Wands in the upright. There you go. The Magician, well, the possibilities are endless for the Magician, because he's confident, determined, and he has everything he needs to make whatever it is he wants to happen, happen. So like I said, perhaps in time, some sort of change, transition might be manifested. There's obviously separation here, but they're definitely thinking about possibly coming back round. They're looking ahead. They're looking ahead, thinking about the future. But they're not taking any action for the moment. Perhaps they're thinking of the past, they're thinking of the future, they're thinking of the present. They're thinking about it all, yet not currently doing anything about it. So I guess stuck in a moment. Stuck in resistance. But stuck in hope. Quiet hope that something will change. Maybe they're hoping that something comes along and does it for them. Perhaps a white dove comes out of the sky and magically makes everything better again, so that they don't have to go through the change, the perhaps painful change, perhaps uncomfortable change that needs to happen. Perhaps they're waiting for a magician to come along and wave a magic wand and go, whew, there you go, everything's better. I'm getting the energy that someone needs to realise that they are the magician. They are the one that creates change. So, Leo, let's get some clarification, shall we? Where shall we go to first? Let's go... Your person's thinking all this cold rejection, lack of effort, cold place, neglected, poverty mindset. Why are they thinking like that? The Five of Pentacles in your person's thoughts. Why is the Five of Pentacles here for your person's thoughts during this no contact? King of Wands in reverse. So they think that there was a lack of planning, a lack of direction, a lack of effort. Well, we know that already. Lack of growth. We know that already as well. Your person is very stuck in the same old mindset, aren't they? They keep going over and over the same old thing. What wasn't happening, what didn't happen. They're not really in a progressive mindset. They're just going over what they already know. They seem to be stuck in, well, what's already been and gone. They're not really, not focusing on what can be, the change. They're not, you know. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse for your person's thoughts. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse for your person's thoughts while you're in no contact? The Three of Pentacles. So they feel that there was a lack of team effort here. They're thinking that, well, you were meant to be working together on this and you weren't putting in your fair share. Oh, not got a hammer there, sorry. They possibly, there was some sort of communication, or they tried to communicate with you, or they thought that you were working as a team on this. There was some advice given perhaps, or someone needed to get some advice. But they thought that you were working towards this as a team, and they think that you didn't put in the effort as a team player, as a team member. So the Six of Swords in reverse energy for your person's thoughts while you're in no contact. Why is the Six of Swords here in reverse energy? Nine of Pentacles in reverse. There's a dependent energy here. They were relying on you to do what you said you were going to do. They were dependent on you doing what you said you were going to do for this outcome to be positive. And there possibly still there's a dependent energy, relying energy. They're not feeling very stable within themselves. There's something that you needed to do or to free yourself from. And they were relying on you to do it, and they don't feel that you have. So let's have a look. Let's have a look in their feelings for you during this no contact. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse? For the person that Leo is in no contact with, their current feelings. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse? The High Priestess. They have an intuitive feeling that this is not going to change. They know inside, in their heart, in their intuition, they know that this is not going to change. That's what they feel. They intuitively feel that this is not going to change, and it's perhaps something they're at the moment trying to accept. Why is the Empress here in reverse? Judgment. Perhaps that's the awakening that they're coming to. That they are coming to the awakening and the truth that, well, they feel that's the truth. I'm not saying it is, but they just don't see change, progression or growth here. They don't see anything changing. Why is the Sun here in reverse? The Hierophant. they feel that you are not committed, or perhaps you are married but currently in separation. But I'm getting more the energy of commitment, or someone is committed elsewhere to other things, and or someone else perhaps, and they can't give the commitment and time and effort to this. So, why are they not reaching out? The Eight of Wands in reverse. Why is it here? The Seven of Wands in reverse. Because they're tired, they're exhausted, they're overwhelmed. They don't want to deal with this at the moment. It's just too much. They're tired. They want a break. They need a break. And why they are not reaching out, the Wheel of Fortune is here in the upright. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here in the upright? The Magician. So for the moment, they're not reaching out or not making any moves. But there is this, like I said, this quiet determination that in time, something might change. There's this quiet determination or potential that something could change, something could turn around. Judgment, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So something is definitely not stable. This could have something to do with money, finances, career, job, responsibilities, other commitments. What they want to say but aren't saying. The Tower in reverse. Why is the Tower here in reverse? For what the person is not saying to Leo during no contact. Why is the Tower here in reverse? Death in reverse. So they're still holding on. They might know intuitively that this isn't going to change, but still they hold on. Or there's perhaps some sort of change or ending that you need to go through, Leo, that you're not, or you're resisting, but there's but someone's holding on in hope that perhaps this might change. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Why is it here? Queen of Swords. Why is the Star here? Ace of Pentacles, yeah. There's a decision here that needs to be made. There's perhaps something to do with legal matters. There's some sort of logical truth, clarity that needs to be gotten here, and perhaps in time this might be given. Perhaps you need to communicate something to them, Leo. Or they're waiting for some sort of communication or decision from you. And they're hopeful that this Ace of Pentacles might manifest. This new beginning, or whatever it is, reconciliation, or, you know, whatever it is. They're hopeful that this will happen. Why is the Four of Wands here in reverse? Ace of Cups. So you're currently in separation, obviously no contact, but they're hoping that this can come back together and there will be love and marriage and union and commitment. And perhaps, you know, this separation, this no contact will end and you will both come back together in a loving way. The Magician, why is he here? Three of Swords, and there could well be an external factor, person, place or thing existing, other commitment, responsibility that is getting in the way here. I'm getting heavily that someone is already committed elsewhere, whether that be to a person, a place, a job, a thing, a family, whatever it is. Someone here is already committed. Two of Wands, why is it here? Five of Wands in reverse, staying out of conflict, keeping the peace. The Chariot, Four of Pentacles in reverse, King of Wands in reverse. The Hanged Man in reverse. I said he was going to come out. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune again. Four of Pentacles in reverse again. There's something about fated timing here, destiny, opportunity. Something that's meant to happen, was meant to happen. This was meant to be. Well, it was only meant to be if it actually happens. Because if something that was meant to be is not being, and it's going through tower moments or resistance, or if something is that hard to come into existence, then it was never meant to come into existence in the first place. It was a moment in time, but time moves on. And there is nothing in this life that is set in stone or concrete. And that is a fact. Let's put these into their suits. One moment. This reading is very dark, the light. I don't know why. Sorry that it's so dark, guys. I gotta say, there is a karmic lesson here that isn't being learned. Someone is very determined to get something that is not meant for them at a point that it's sort of costing them a lot to keep holding on to this. There's one cup card on this table. That is the Ace of Cups. Nothing more. There is an offering of love, emotion, a potential, a new beginning. And that's where it stops. So whether that's a message that someone needs to offer themselves the love that they offer to others that is only ever held in potential, that goes no further. There is, someone will keep going round in this circle until this karmic lesson is learnt about where they invest their love, their efforts. There is someone here that very much lacks in direction, in commitment, consistency, communication. There is someone here that's getting bored of waiting around, going around in circles, stuck in a rut, stuck in a cycle, going round and round, but never quite getting off to move forward. There is someone here that is resisting a change, a transformation, but I get that intuitively they know the truth. They know what they have to do. There's someone here that is dependent on the outcome of a situation with someone else, but they need to start being dependent and committed to themselves a bit more, or very much more. There is someone here that is putting too much time, effort and investment in things that are not growing, that are not building, much to the detriment of themselves, because they are leaving themselves empty. That's what I have. This is a heavy one. I'm going to leave it there. That's what I have for you, Leo. I hope it helped. Hope it resonated. If it did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you would like more readings from me, please subscribe to the channel. Just click the little bell button. Doesn't cost you anything. You'll get a notification every time I upload a new reading. Good luck. Best wishes. Lots of love. Until next time. Bye-bye.